Yo, so what's going on, people? My name is Tommy and I'm playing some Chivalry. It's a game of free-for-all, and excuse me, it was a bit loud here. Yeah, so I'm playing Man-at-Arms, and this is intended as a bit of a tip video for some of you new players. As you probably know, it's free-to-play weekend, so there will be a lot of people trying out the game, and probably this will come up Saturday. It's probably the day this was uploaded. And some quick tips. Some people think that the Vanguard class, for example, is very overpowered when they start because massive range, damage, but I was hoping to give you some tips on how you can be successful with weapons of a shorter range as well. So let's dive right in. And no spoilers, but I win this game. Alright, so what's really important in these sort of encounters is that when you have the longer weapon, you want to try and exploit your range. You see what I did there? I moved out of his way so that he would miss a strike, and then I could follow up with an instant attack. And he can't block it because he hasn't successfully sort of pulled back from his strike yet. And here's a fellow with a shield. Now you can try and overhead around this side, which I'm trying right here. It's quite effective, but he has one of the largest shields, and there he went open, and I sort of went for it. And also you can swing or stab to the other side, which I'm doing right there. Here's a guy who wants to fist fight me or something, so I take him up in the challenge. Grant this kind of a sheep dog or whatever. Of course, kick this guy's ass. That's what I do. That's right. Anyway, right now, if you're interested, I'm sitting in Sweden, freezing my ass off because it's flipping cold. But yeah, if you can in free-for-all, especially as this class, it's a very good idea to be a vulture. Dive in and steal kills from people. Come in behind them. That's what you gotta do, because the Vanguards are gonna win otherwise with their tactic, which is basically just swing. And by swinging, a new player can do really well, especially in free-for-all, because they will get lucky hits and hits on people, I don't know, from everywhere around. So that's why people feel like they're overpowered. But really, I find them quite easy to counter if I'm not playing a good person, of course. So I don't think they're necessarily overpowered. They're just easier for a new player to use. I mean, it's easier to own noobs if you play as Vanguard, but otherwise it's pretty balanced. So what I always want to do when I run low on stamina, as you've probably seen I done there, is I take away my shield. That makes my stamina regenerate quicker, as a matter of fact. And here again, it's a person with a shorter weapon than and I exploit the range of it, make him miss, and then I go for a stab. When you can also do this against people who have longer weapons, and what you do is you move out of the way of their strike, and then as a Man-at-Arms class, you dodge in. You see what I did there? Just the same thing, and it's really effective, because most of the time they won't even be able to parry. And after a kick, this is a rule of thumb, people always strike. Most people always strike, so that's a good tip. I missed my strike there, so he got me, but... So, the reason I'm always using a shield when I'm playing Man-at-Arms, which I always do, oh shit, what's wrong with my is because when I play against a person who feints, I get my ass kicked, because feints can be so effective. I think I pull off a few of them here. And a few tips for when you feint. You never want to feint when somebody's swinging at you. The entire point, like, the sort of basic mechanic fighting in Chivalry. See what I did there? Just bye, kill steal. Good thing to do in Chivalry. Free-for-all. And there again, exploiting the range, or exploiting the fact that he misses, and then moving in for a quick kill. Here again, you see a guy damaged. Go in, steal the kill. mop up this guy, I think, or somebody. I can't remember what happens. Go around his shield. Yeah. You see, it's all about that. And wait, what was I talking about? I also do believe I spent a good bit of this game chasing after that man-at-arms guy in yellow. He always runs away from all sorts of people. I don't know why. It's this thing. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, feint is a very good maneuver. And what you want to do is, like, when you wind up exchanging blows with your opponent, like, okay, you parry his attack, and he parries your attack, and back and forth. Then, I mean, feints are probably pretty useless against shields. It depends. Let me get into that soon enough. I'm just gonna explain this. Feints, as I was saying, are really effective when you think, or when you're really certain that a guy will block, and then you feint and directly strike after that. That's the way to get the hit in with it. That's the effective way of, one of the effective uses of feint, should I add. It also can be effective to feint against a shield, assuming that your opponent is ready to attack straight after you attack. He's sort of on the jump there, and he might pull away his shield to look what's going on and try to stab you, and then you can use the feint against right there. Shit, I was sniped by some guy trying to kill him. That was crazy. Quite a shot there. I don't think he was even going for me, that archer. Oh, this is kind of sheep, I know, but I was in a tough competition with some dude, what is it called, Captain Viking or something of that nature, and I really wanted to win this one, so I went for a cowardly kill on an AFK guy. Anyway, this is an easy prey. You can see his health is really low. Just stab him. And also, most people don't know this, but you interrupt a person's attack by hitting them before they wind up their attack, before their attack starts to, well, before it starts doing damage, more or less, you know. Before, well, when the attack basically is behind the character or at the side of him, that's when he's winding up for the strike, before he starts moving his sword forward. And when this is going on, if you strike a person, their attack will be interrupted, but if their swing is nearly complete, as you start to strike them, they will probably get you. So you can't always, especially with this class, if you get a hit in, you can't always keep swinging against a knight, because he might be able to get a swing with his big sword in, and you're pretty much halfway dead there. So you gotta watch that. You gotta pay attention to when you've interrupted his attacks and when you haven't, and be ready for a block even as you're in a combo. Especially with this class, as I said, because it's very squishy. So what else is there kind of tips I can give? I suppose you guys know that you start a combo by attacking before a swing is completed, or directly after a parry. And if you strike directly after a parry, guys, if you do that directly after you parry an opponent's attack, your attack will always land before his if he keeps striking. So if somebody attacks me and I parry their attack, and straight after this, both me and him start spamming in our attacks, and let's say that I have a longsword and he has a dagger, that means that my attack will still hit before his, because he will be staggered from the fact that he hit my parry. So that's a good thing to know. And that's the kind of thing you most of the time like wind up stuck in. And that's when you want to try and use a feint maneuver, when you think that you have his pattern written down. Anyway, always utilize your movement speed as man-at-arms. Try and move behind the other character as he's striking at you and as you're striking at him. Against other men-at-arms, try and use... Well, it's a really tough one there. It's all about timing. You're too similar, so I can't give you some super tip how to deal with that. I'm sorry, but I tend to stab a lot. dodge forward, stab. It's a really good maneuver. Dodging forward, charging your attack as you dodge forward means your attack will land instantly. But anyway, I'm running out of video here. Won the game, and I just want to go ahead and thank you or anybody who is watching, and go ahead and rate and comment this video, and I might do another one. See you guys. Bye.